Why is it black? Hopefully that changes. There we go. Perfect. I just need the stream.
Oh, did I name the planet? Go back through my notes here.
All right. What's up, Robin? Are you in here? No, just kidding. Hopefully that looks good.
Nope, didn't list the planet. Just
good evening.
Just said name some random planet on the yeah.
Huh. Let me know if you guys can hear Shawn, just to make sure the audio is working properly.
Test 1 2 1 2 3.
Because like I said, I didn't change anything from last week, so I'm hoping it does it again. Hi everyone. Also remember, I do this one so you guys can see a better graphics, better, like, everything looks nicer. I do a high latency, so there's going to be way more delay from when I say stuff to when you actually hear it. So you can barely hear him. Perfect. So that actually lets me know. That's on me. Give me a second. What did I do last time? Oh, what did I do last time? I didn't change anything. Oh, OBS, why do you? All right, try talking.
Talking. Doing some more talking.
Let's try the desktop.
Hey, you're tired of my voice yet?
Gastro Pro. Oh, I think I know what I have to do. I think I know exactly what I have to do.
Okay, technical terms. That's
Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna try this. Hi. Your battery's very low. Damn it.
How low?
My battery's low. No, it should be fine. I can change stuff if I need to. It's also, it shouldn't matter. Okay, let's do this. This.
Good boy, start time.
This. Okay. And then I should be able to do properties. Okay, say something.
Say something.
How does that sound?
Say something.
I mean, you guys are good now. The king of YouTube. Yeah, sure.
You're the king of YouTube. That's pretty cool.
I know I have to bump up his volume, but there's something I had to do in order to do that. It wasn't just as simple as bumping up. I have a lot of connections going on here because I have to get them through Discord, and then to come through my Rodecaster, and then to come through OBS. So it's because I need to be able to hear them too. So this should be Robin. You're here, right? Is he not? I thought I heard him.
Nope, that was just me rambling.
Oh, I thought I heard him too. I thought I heard two voices.
Might have heard some background noise. That is
Maybe.
my family nearby.
Is anyone even online? Robin's online.
Robin's online, yeah. I was about to ask everybody, and then you took that care of that for me. I appreciate that.
Got you, buddy.
Cool.
Echoey but understandable. That's exactly what happened last time. Hold on.
Maybe it's because I'm talking during the time you're talking. That can impact it, I think.
Let me do this. I'm actually going to get rid of you. Not you. I'm talking to something. Audio input capture. Let's unlock you. Eventually I'll figure this stuff out, guys. I promise. Remove. Yes. Okay. Talk?
Talking?
No, there's probably still going to be an echo. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, OBS, god damn you. Alright, let's do this and this. Okay. Now say something?
Now saying something. Hopefully there's no echo. I really do hope there's no echo. Also hope some players show up.
We didn't lose Robin already. He hasn't been in here yet.
Yeah.
Theoretically, what I just did should fix it, because I had an audio input and the microphone input, but the microphone was muted, but the audio wasn't. But the audio was picking up both my microphone and his audio, but then also his audio was being picked up. So I think what I just did should have fixed it.
What he said, but me, I don't know. So I concur.
So let me know how he sounds now. This is all going to be, like, this is episode 2. This is all going to be a lot of testing until we get this going. Where is everyone?
Eventually we will figure things out, and I don't know. It'll be very, very interesting. I'm sure people are very excited to see what I have planned for everyone today. I have some exciting, I don't know, I got some combat coming up. Maybe, if the players don't talk their way out of it, or do something their way out of it. Sneak their way away. Yeah,
fly away.
Happens. Run away, run away.
Run away.
I just need players, and we're just waiting on 2 of those players. We would have a 4th. I am tempted to remove the other player who has not shown for 2 sessions. My rule of thumb.
I'm messaging them right now. We'll see.
3 sessions, they are no longer part of the game.
All right.
That's our Wookiee friend who.
You can't hear Robin because Robin's not here.
Yes, Robin's on their way, I think? Question mark?
You can't hear someone. There's 2 people talking. Who can you hear? All right, desktop audio should be properties. Rodecaster Pro Stereo. Perfect. Microphone audio should be. Is he? No, I wanted. Properties. Rodecaster Pro Stereo. Okay, that should be. Theoretically, that should be it.
Okay, testing 1 2 1 2 3. No echo, I hope. I hope I'm coming in loud and clear.
You do seem a little low. Why is that? Cancel. Let's. Oh, did I boost you? No. Okay, try something. Say it again.
Trying again. Saying some more things.
That didn't work.
Some tasteful things that are reasonably well said, I hope.
You can hear Mike and no one else. Wait. Can anyone hear? Can you ramp up? Okay, you're still quiet. What the heck? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to boost you in my ears on Discord. Where are you? User volume. Let's do 200%. I'm going to die. Say something.
Saying something that's probably going to blow out your eardrums. I hope not.
That didn't work. At least not on my end. You're not doing. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to do this instead. We're going to mute desktop audio. We're going to open this. We're going to properties this. Thank you guys for sticking with us. And we're going to put it here instead. Rodecaster Pro. Okay, now talk.
Talking about this, talking about that.
Okay, that should. Damn it! No. No. Now I'm gonna be echoing. Okay, now I'm gonna be.
Could it be? Okay, is it because I'm over talking you? Is that why there's an echo?
No, the echo is because I'm coming. My microphone's apparently being picked up by 2 sources.
Interesting.
How about now, guys?
How about now, guys?
See, the problem is some people are saying loud and clear and no echo, and some people are saying there's an echo. So one person says she can't hear you at all.
Someone could be trolling you. I will say I will quote some Doctor Who. They quoted it last time, which was
echoey now.
Computers are sophisticated idiots. They'll do exactly what you tell them to do, even if it means blowing you and your friends up to Kingdom Come.
Balls.
It's true.
Echoey
Sophisticated
now.
idiots. I mean,
So, microphone on, desktop off, audio on. Did this help? Was this worse? This feels worse. Freaking OBS. I'm not a streamer. Ugh. I want to die. I don't hear the echo now.
Okay, how about the echo now?
Okay, hold on. I would have to do it lag time. Where is everyone?
I do not want to pull in other players from other games.
It's the one thing about playing D&D and tabletop and anything is scheduling is the biggest enemy of them all.
Well, I just don't want any scabs. I did put out many reminders to all the players.
Yeah, I know.
As you guys could see, I was like, hey, remember this game date. Remember this game date. Keep me informed.
Da-da.
So, herding role players is kind of like herding cats.
Yeah.
You can only do so much. You can say, hey, cat, we got a game day. We got a game time. Can you be here? And the cat will look at you and then go back to scratching your furniture, which is your GM screen / characters and NPCs that you want to throw at them.
Okay, I've done it now.
Okay.
Echo, god damn it!
Echo.
This lag is killing me because I don't know when they're saying that I've done it, so I don't know if I've done anything. You say much better, but that was about 15 seconds ago, so kill me. I don't know what I did.
I don't know either, but it sounds
all
like
right,
you're in a tin
tomorrow
can.
I'm going to have you guys join me for a little bit while I do this without the latency, so we can figure this out and I can figure out my settings.
Shall I entertain everybody by, I don't know, I can do a proverbial
Yes.
mental jig.
Robin has a girlfriend now, but he also, he's the one who said we should do this bi-weekly. It sounds good now. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it now. I'm not touching it.
Okay.
I have apparently you and me coming through the mic, but that's because I'm using
Excellent.
a Rodecaster Pro. So my mic and my audio is coming through the same thing. So that should be fine. Okay. I'm gonna say if nothing happens, I'm deleting this stream. Like this is not gonna stay up as episode 2 if no one friggin' joins us. Alright, they're saying your audio's clean. That's good. So how are you guys tonight? That I won't hear for 15 seconds. I don't believe so. I don't, like, he knows, and we've talked about this, like, he knows we're on Tuesdays, and Robin is really good with running games on certain dates. He knows what days he has stuff.
Well, he's a player now, so that rule doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, herding cats, and that's not disrespectful to the players. I understand being a cat myself, proverbially speaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wish we could do something. Like, usually at this point in time, I would say, all right, I would grab a bunch of players and we run a module or something that I could just put up together, or like a no nonsense. Like, this is going on in the galaxy somewhere else, and it would impact the story in some way. Because I like to build universes with my players. Sorry if I'm turning this into an impromptu.
No, please. I mean, no one else is here.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't see the chat, so if you could
Actually,
do,
I
I
can
don't know.
get you that. If you want to see the chat,
Yeah.
go on to our YouTube channel. You can follow along. You can see it.
All right.
That way, if
All
you
right.
want to have it,
I guess that's what I'll do right now. Is I will open up the
you've
YouTube
been
chat.
temporarily blocked from performing this action. Kill me. Thanks, Facebook.
Okay, I clicked on YouTube. Let's see. I guess I could just click on the link you gave me.
Possibly. It's just literally on YouTube, search for OK Thank You, or go to youtube.com/OkayThankYou, and that's OKAY. Did you get any posts yet? Oh, I haven't been able to get to the. I work until 6, and by the time I'm done with work, the post office is closed. I told Tristan to go get it, but he's been busy, and Robin lives 40 minutes away, so it's been a nightmare
All
to
right,
try
I'm
to
just
get to
going
the
to mute
post
the
office.
sound real quick.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I mean, I'm sure nobody wants to hear me echoing over you.
Especially after we just echoed again. Mirai Sorrel is a character that I made up. So the thing with these role-playing games, very rarely, I'm sure someone's done it at some point, but you usually, like 99% of the time, make up your own character. Like, no one's going to join, and be like, I'm Luke Skywalker. Like, that doesn't really happen. I mean, Shawn, correct me if I'm wrong. If you've ever heard of anyone, like, taking an actual character and running with it, maybe just for a one-shot. But
oh yeah, some people, what they do is they'll create like alternate timelines,
right,
and people will be able to, with the creative storytelling dice, you can actually live out the adventures of the characters you've always wanted to play. You could stat them out. I mean, you just won't be right out of the box as amazing as these characters are, and they've also been statted out in some of the expansive material.
but I mean, usually people will create their own characters because they want to play a character that they've made, and like basically an alternate no, not dimension, what, alter ego, kind of. They can play stuff. And so I know I would find it weird if someone's like, I want to be Boba Fett, or I want to be a character that exists. I'd be like, okay, that's odd to me. Well, that's just me, because we already know their story. We're trying to create a new story, and I could be Yoda. That also depends on the timeline. Like right now in our game, you couldn't be Yoda because he dead.
Technically, you could be one of Yoda's species, though.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, I
no,
had a
no.
player.
Crystal is saying I could be Yoda and I would be Luke. Like, not species,
Yeah.
the characters.
You could do that, but then again, that's, you talking to the GM and figuring out what type of story you're telling.
Balls. Michael's apparently busy until 9.
Interesting.
I have to come later. I'm securing a company potluck.
It's Terry. It's a Gungan. Misa Nosa Yusa doesn't Nosa the species of the Gungans peoples. Danik Ferric. A little bit. But everybody chose their characters. I also changed the name of Billy to Billy because of chat. I don't know. Guys were pretty adamant about that.
I could be dead Yoda. That's not... Crystal, what the hell are you talking about? How are you going to be a dead character? And if you say you're going to be Force Ghost Yoda, that's... Yeah, I don't know how that works like in playing the game.
Oh God, yeah, that made my skin crawl even saying.
Also, Gungans don't use like "sa" at the end of every word.
Yeah, I know. I did that as kind of a joke.
I'm saying Terry's saying "Misa sorry sa," and I'm like, I don't think "Misa sorry" is probably what they'd say.
Bad poodoo.
Poodoo. Well, this may just
Ghost,
be
yes, Force Ghost in the current Disney thing that is going on right now. Timeline.
I know Yoda is a Force Ghost, but I'm saying I don't know how a Force Ghost would work in Star Wars RPG. You have stats and stuff, and Force Ghost can't really. I mean, I guess Yoda used lightning, but it's not like I don't know what he could do. I don't know their stats. We literally have to. Here, hold on. I'm getting. Where is it? Here.
Well, I have access to a website with stats.
Well, I can
if
just
we
show.
really wanted to.
I'm showing Oscara's stats. So you have character sheets. And on these character sheets, you have different stats for things you have to roll for when something comes up. Like, depending on different checks. And so, I mean, a Force Ghost. Again, that would be you and the GM. I don't know many GMs that'll let you play a dead character, let alone a character that's already been established.
It's like so what I do for myself is sometimes I do cutscenes. I let players role play out the other characters in the universe.
But that's not their character in the game.
Yeah, of course not. But like it still gives them something to do. And I have Force Ghosts pop in all the time from the old expanded universe and the old EU. Actually, I just said that twice. Expanded universe and EU. But yeah, and usually not many people let people just play out a dead Jedi.
Yeah. And then also, like, you're saying it's a wild card. I'm going to let you know wild cards are not what you want to play because that would be difficult on literally everyone. You kind of have to know how your character plays, and the GM kind of has to know how your character works to do. You can't just be like, random! And it's like, good lord. You want to, like, know stuff and be able to run your character, not just like, well, it's crazy. Like, that.
Well, there's Nick, response to, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, please.
Nick, regards to Sith race, it is possible, but that comes again back to the GM timeline where, for example, during the ancient Sith Wars, once again, this is canon, that's all been erased by Disney, but
it's true.
But about 4,000 years ago, before A New Hope and all that, an offsuit of Jedi that were kind of exiled to the farthest reaches beyond the Outer Rim came back, and they mated with a particular race which we now know as the Sith race, and that's where they learned all these different techniques. That was the Great War with Freedon Nod. It's another weird little Star Wars name. Long before, I think many people know a lot more about characters like Revan and Cad. No, I was going to say Cad Bane, I meant to say Darth Bane.
There, I've now changed the title to Okay, Thank You discusses Star Wars RPG with GM Shawn. Since we're clearly not playing right now. I've changed the title.
Yeah. So the Sith, like I was saying, the Sith weren't a race. They were, they were technically, they're technically a race. Like I said, this is old canon stuff. But when the Jedi that were exiled, had generation upon generation with them, wow, that's a great way of keeping things clean cut. They returned as the Sith and kind of started off this whole war.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Crystal, I understand I'm talking to a wild card. I'm just saying it probably wouldn't work.
Well, the Jedi aren't really races, but the Sith kind of were. And that's kind of how we get these different ideologies of what a Sith is and establishments of Dark Lord of the Sith, which is a title given to those few rare enough to obtain it.
I am going to let Crystal know and everyone know the thing with being a wild card. What D&D and Star Wars RPG and like Genesis, like a lot of tabletop games, you're telling a collective story, so you want to work with the players. So if you have 5 players, 4 of you are really are good, and then one of you super evil and murdery, it doesn't work, because why would you be in that party? Why would you be there? Like, why are you hanging out with a bunch of good dudes? And like, it doesn't work that way. We're trying to make a story together. So to have a player who would be a wild card and we don't know what to expect, that's not good storytelling. and it wouldn't work with the group. So if you wanted to play it, you would probably join a party where everyone's wacky and crazy and a wild card, and you guys are just doing a fun one shot. But we are trying to create a collective story, and a great story, and really, I mean, I repeat myself, but good storytelling. So that's why, like, we're not all one race, or we're not all like one career or anything. So that's a little boring. You want to mix it up. You want to have some fun. And we're trying to, like, my character in the last one, if any of you were there, I've rewound the tape. Like, I went with them, but then I realized story wise I don't think I would, because they're two spies working for the rebellion, and I'm just a for hire pilot. Why would I risk my life and go out there? Right now those characters don't mean anything to me. I just met them, and I was paid to fly them to this planet and do their job and fly them back. Why am I going to put my life at more risk? I'm not getting paid extra. So I'm like, wait, it wouldn't make sense. So I went back. There's not... Yoda isn't murdery. I know, but that character is already established and has a history. Like I'm saying, it's all up to your GM. Like right now, if I went to Shawn and go, hey Shawn, let's scrap Mirai, I'm going to be Yoda, I don't think Shawn's going to be like, okay. So
this is a yes and system, like yes and well. Yes, and well, that is an interesting twist, but I mean, where does that fit into the story?
How does it work? We're creating a story together, and that doesn't work. If your GM and you're playing are like, hey, we're all going to play like friggin' Battlefront 2 style where all the heroes are hanging out, fine. But you need to make sure your character fits. There are characters who aren't someone that are named that wouldn't fit. Like if I wanted to play something that doesn't exist, like a clone trooper before the Clone Wars. How? It doesn't work. And yeah, who said that? It may be fantasy, but there's still rules. So you're not like being a wild card. I know you're proud of how wild cardish you are, but you need to talk to your GM if you play something like this.
All right. I'm just gonna intervene real quick because there was a question towards me. Sure. Terry, I come from upstate New York, 1 hour south of Albany, near Kingston, New York. I know I have an interesting dialect. Everyone has told me this. It's because first 3 years of my life, I could not hear. My tubing was pretty small, so I'm about 3 years behind everybody else. I'm high functioning autistic, and I've been pretty much catching up socially with people ever since. I do apologize for my vocabulary. I used to be an English major, and sometimes I say the wrong words in wrong places as well, but that's minor OCD and the part of my autism. If anything, it makes me a unique and interesting person. And that was 2 paragraphs too long. I apologize.
We do have another question that you could probably answer way better than I, since you've played it for longer.
The force powers. Yep, I was about to address that one next, if that's okay.
Yeah.
The force powers is pretty interesting. You just purchase them base cost, as they say in the books, but of course you need training. Whether or not that's up to the GM to determine, say, how much training your characters had in the past. There is unique things such as, what's it called? Mentor discount. So that'll give you 5 XP off the base cost. And now to answer the real question, which is how do they work? So in the rules, I don't like this because it kind of gives the Jedi an advantage over the players, is that it says you roll the pips, and if they aren't force sensitive, they don't get a discipline check opposed to resist the force powers. So I kind of made that little bit of a house ruling that there should always be a discipline check just to balance things out, because I've had players who are force users kind of want to like abuse it against their fellow players. And I feel like everybody's voice is important in the storytelling experience.
That's true.
I hope that answers the question. Okay, so as for wild cards, I've had a wild card in one of my games, and his first introduction was, I tear a seat out of this shuttle that we're on going on a mission and sit it down right in front of this other person and say, hey, how you doing, to the other player. And the terror in the other player's voice kind of set the mood. This type of person also kind of role-played Jedi, like, how do I put this? Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So we got into quite a few discussions, I'll call them discussions, about how conflict works. Conflict is also back to force powers. The attentions of your fellow group members and you yourself, the force user, generate conflict. You get enough conflict and you lose control of your character. But conflict is not something scary. It should be embraced, part of the storytelling experience, which I'll be saying that a lot of tonight, guys. Oh, well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Maybe. I mean, I've never really been. I've been a part of a few groups. It's kind of hard for me. I tend to end up running games because I've experienced one Star Wars RPG, which was done by a person who introduced me to the new system back in 2012. I love the way he did it. He would do theater of the mind, and he would use the dice. And we did a lot of the modules too, including Joel Yavin, which is one of my most hated modules. I find it a little what's that word? Restraining. Not a lot of room for the players to be kind of like, hey, today let's go somewhere else. I'm the type of GM who kind of will plan a bunch of information, kind of a bit of a framework, so that if the players are kind of like, hey, GM, I know that the clues are telling us to go to Dantooine, but I'd rather just go to Coruscant. And this is the SN system, so it's kind of like, okay, let's flip a light side point and give me 5 minutes to get some things together, which are maps, and bam, we're going to Coruscant, and the story's changed. This group has been, within our first episode, very by the book. Like, they're very open and willing to do things. And I also try to settle things in character. I don't want to go to the dice unless it's a very pivotal moment.
What? Is that the one I missed? What must one do to be christened as a GM?
There's not really much of a hierarchy. I mean, you could just call yourself a GM and run a bunch of games.
You could literally say, hey guys, I want to run this game. Who wants to play? That's it. So knowing the rules kind of helps, like, that way, because you're running the game. So, I mean, no offense, so I'm not going to name names, but we had a campaign a while ago where the GM's like, this is my first time GMing, and that's fine, but he didn't know the rules. Like, I would have to correct him on some stuff, and I'm not the one to do that, but he was literally getting it completely wrong, and it's like, we can't do, like, usually you might have a stickler GM, but usually fun comes first. But his rules were so off that I'm like, okay, that's not how that works at all. Like, I'm sorry. And he wouldn't prepare. He'd go a whole week and be like, yeah, I didn't have time to read it. It's like, so what are we doing? Like, you don't know what we're about to do. And so it's like, just, get one of the books for, whether it be D&D, I have my player's handbook down there, or my the core rule books for Star Wars, and, read stuff and do stuff, and just really, I'd say the number one thing is have a good imagination, because you're running everything.
Now, just keep in mind, like, I use maps, but a lot of people who run this system never use maps because it's so theater of the mind. I use maps because I've had a lot of players who come in randomly in my games, and they're like, my token was over here, but no, it was over here. And then we get into a bit of an argument, and it takes away from the story. I just never want to have that issue.
And for me, I'm pretty visual too. I just like seeing things and kind of knowing. And then for me also, it helps if we're all looking at the same thing, so we're all imagining the same thing. And so if we're like, hey, we jumped behind this bar to hide from laser blasts, we all know kind of where it is, where we are. And just visual aids always tend to help, and especially for streaming.
So an idea, I guess, could be that if you guys want, I can, since I actually have control of the maps and stuff, I could set up a scenario, or get into kind of how the dice work, or if you have any more questions, feel free. I mean, we're not really doing anything for a while now.
Yeah, seriously. We had a random question earlier. I meant to get to it.
Oh, please go ahead.
And I think it's probably for just anyone, do we think Gungans are racist? Like the idea of not themselves like in the movies, but are Gungans considered racist? And I'm like, I don't think so. And my thing is, because when I see a Gungan and I hear a Gungan, I just think Gungan. Like, I don't associate it with literally anything else.
Are we talking like in character? Because we're talking in character. They're very racist towards
no. I mean,
dwellers.
I don't think so. Just
we're
as a
about
thing.
The accent, right?
The accent, yeah, probably. And I don't, because I don't see it as anything but Gungan. Because to be fair, I've literally never heard anyone speak like that. So
well, there was a lot of talk about that. That was like the late '90s, early.
It would have been
couple thousands. Yeah, I mean, I should know. I saw episode 1 3 times that day, and it was like my graduating year of '99.
In a day, I couldn't afford. I was 13. I definitely couldn't afford 3 tickets.
Yeah, well,
I'd love to have, but
I will say that was my longest day as a Star Wars fan.
My longest is I went to the 24-hour marathon for Rise of Skywalker, so all 9 movies in a row. That was,
oh my goodness.
Actually, I think it ended up being like 27 hours. And that's the second marathon I did. The first one I did was when Force Awakens came out, so it was 7 movies in a row. They didn't have one for.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, Colin, I figured that out in mid-sentence. I was like, oops. So yeah, getting back to the Gungans is racist. I think that's up to the eye of the beholder.
That's true.
I mean, anybody could do anything. Like, for example, I get a little cringy when I do a Todarian, and it's kind of borderline something else. I mean, Republic credits, they're only so good, they're only money, that sort of thing. And I feel like that could be misinterpreted as something, but that itself is a bigger discussion. We're talking about culture, and we're talking about what is considered acceptable and what's not considered acceptable. And even that can be problematic when it comes to role playing. I mean, I am guilty myself of a couple times of doing a voice I would never do today.
So yeah, for me, I get lost in the world. So when I hear that, I like when I hear the Toydarian, when I hear the Gungan, when I hear the Nemoidian, I don't think I'm literally in the world of Star Wars. So yeah, no, I think it belongs to the person. If someone's super offended by it, then that's, I mean, I can't tell them to or not be offended. I guess unless something's literally not offensive at all. Because there are things out there people are like, yeah, but I'm like, why? But I don't, that's never crossed my mind. I get lost in the world and I see a Gungan, I see a Nemoidian, and I see, a Toydarian. I don't necessarily see any of the racial stereotypes, I guess, is what it would be. But,
like I said, eye of the beholder and culture, and that's why I don't really use Gungans very often. And if I do use Gungans, I don't use that. That inflection of my voice, Yusa, Misa, all that stuff. I did it once just because the players made a joke the week before. This is my alternate universe CIS game. I'm getting off on a tangent, guys. In the previous generation of characters, there had been a Gungan, a player that played a couple sessions, and I kept a token on the table to remind them that person from the previous generation was there, and they found out that he was a part of the Wing Guard, and he was secretly working for the enemy, and he was Sith. He was a Sith. So they went and confronted him in the Wing Guard offices, and they're like, "We're here to arrest you, Gungan." And he was like, "Misa is the Wing Guard." And just we had that one moment of chuckles and everybody's laughing, and then suddenly he jumps up and he's got 2 lightsabers in his hand, and third lightsaber with his tongue wrapped around it.
Oh,
and
no.
that was quite a moment in the game before they beat the stuffing out of him, because I can't roll to save my NPC's lives.
I'm okay at rolling here. I can't roll for my life in D&D. Ones for days.
It's weird. I can roll really well when I'm a player, but when I am a GM, I roll well. You guys saw some of my rolls. They were garbage.
Yeah.
But then again, I tend to play around with the dice and the rules a little bit when I have new players, because this game system, if you go rules as written, it can be a little abusive in the beginning for the first 100 XP. And your stories are going to seem like the GMs just bring the hammer down on you a bit. When you have characters like Robin with an intelligence of 4, you can kind of just go all out rules hardcore, because a 4 stat is so powerful. I may have put too much emphasis on that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if
I know we don't take any offense.
Yeah. Oh, the delay is going to kill me. Now I have to wait for other people to say stuff.
Well, it's all right. At least we're addressing as many comments as we can.
Yeah, that's true. There's 17 people in here.
Cool.
Hey,
it's cool. It's cool seeing that other people are Aspies, much like myself. I like to. I'm kind of like an internet hermit, guys. Or women, or I don't know, droids, Rhodians, Felix. Any of you out there? Come on, man. Us Rhodians, we don't get much of our day, you know.
Yeah, is that your favorite Star Wars race?
My favorite Star Wars race? Oh gosh, man, I guess Jawa.
Really?
It has to be Jawa. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for Jawas. It's the Utini. It just seems so lively and full of energy. And I had a character, and his name was Kentis Jamiro, and his partner was a Jawa who loved to blow things up.
Wait a minute,
and,
isn't that your?
Maybe that speaks of the Irish heritage I have. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I've had a lot of trouble when I GM. For example, I ran a game for that GM I mentioned earlier, and he made an arbitrary ruling I felt was wrong, but I just let it go because it was best that way. I ran another game a couple times, and another GM, now player, kind of was like, well, that's this skill. And I was like, yeah, I know, but the dice are still going to be the same.
I would only ask that for clarification in myself. Like, hey, wouldn't that be this? Just for myself, not to correct, but like, because I'm still learning the game. What are we having?
Oh, Nick Dunny, that is hilarious. A bounty hunter with a B1 unit.
So did you talk like this for the entire time? Like, we came for this bounty hunter. This bounty, and,
So it's basically C-3PO from episode 2, except for the fact instead of a protocol droid, he got mixed with a super battle droid.
Actually, Gray, the advisor, which is a major domo to Huts, is a Twi'lek. I can never pronounce it right.
Togruta.
Ahsoka's right. Togruta, thank you.
You're welcome. They both do have Leku, though.
Yes, they do have Leku, which is the most painful part of the body to grab.
Yes, they use it for... it's basically like a dog tail in the fact that they can move it and like express with it. When they're like happy, it'll move a certain way. When they're angry, it'll do something. So you can really tell a Twi'lek and a... Actually, I've only seen Twi'leks do it. I don't know if Togruta can use theirs the same. But I know Twi'leks can. Because I know one of the, like, it's super insulting if a Twi'lek says something to you and they take their Leku and jab themselves in the back with it, they're really angry at you. I think the most in Star Wars I ever got was playing a Clone Wars computer game where you built various robots to complete missions.
I remember that game. I never played it.
That game, but it wasn't. That was way before Clone Wars, actually. That was DroidWorks, I believe. Hold on.
Yeah, that's DroidWorks. It was a game that I found interesting, and I was like, oh my goodness, I would love to play this.
Yeah,
Never got a
DroidWorks.
chance to. I was still obsessed with Rebellion. That's where you micromanage like hell, different planets, sending people on missions. Uh, so of course, an aspie like me is like, oh, I get to micromanage the entire Star Wars universe in a campaign against the Empire. This is awesome. Uh, and I've been playing it ever since, off and on. Like every few years, I'll just turn it on, play an entire campaign, and then shut it off and forget about it for a while until I can mention it, like right now.
I've played Star Wars games for a long time. Oh my god. I don't remember my first one. I even played the PC episode 1 game where it was like kind of 3/4 top down kind of. Definitely played. So Jabba is a Hutt. It's not a surname. Wait, where'd everyone go? Shawn?
Oh,
Okay.
I still see the chat. I'm here.
No, just making sure.
I'm just waiting for any questions directed towards me.
I don't remember if I saw Star Wars. I saw the one where they fly around. Well, a lot of movies have flying. What kind of flying?
You could have seen Guardians of the Galaxy for all we know.
But also, we don't know if they mean flying in ships or flying like Superman. So
Star Wars isn't the only game I run. I also run Paranoia, which is it's kind of a joke game where wild cards are very much welcomed. D&D players hate this game. Paranoia. Well, actually, some of them see it as a break, but I'm talking about a game they really don't dislike. If you're a more hardcore D&D player, I don't think you'll like the Star Wars system very much because of the symbology. And the game can be so open-ended.
see,
so it might have been Jedi, Return of the Jedi.
Oh wait, why? What are they? Hold on, I was typing.
There's a lot of different Hutts, though.
There sure are. Gardola the Hutt, Zero the Hutt, Stinky.
No, it wasn't really insulting the entire race. Just that there are a lot of. Think of like there's a lot of Hutt clans. So these different various clans, they all micromanage the crime in a certain sector of space. Is where this story is featured, Nar Shaddaa, near Nal Hutta.
That reference to Star Wars Episode 1. You can't take her there. The Hutts are gangsters. I love Panaka.
Right. Panaka was kind of like, he had the military mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true, if they had gone to Nar Shaddaa instead of Tatooine or Nal Hutta, that the Hutts probably would have sold her off to the highest bidder, considering that, well, credits is what they do. I mean,
if your answer is, Samuel, is Wikipedia, that actually is a thing. Oh, WikiLeaks. I was going to say, Wikipedia is a thing.
Oh, God. WikiLeaks.
That's probably a thing. I guarantee someone's done this. Hold on. You spelled Wookiee wrong. Just to let you know. Shh. Not what I meant to do. Apparently, there is a podcast called WikiLeaks.
That's a new one on me. I'm going to definitely check that one out when I get a chance. Oh, this is cool. You played First Edition. Is that West End Games Star Wars? Because I've run West End Games Star Wars, which is kind of like the granddaddy of the system.
I wish I got into this earlier, but I didn't get into D&D until like 4 years ago, so I didn't know Star Wars had one of these, or I totally would have.
Well, it's just kind of sad that this is the system, unfortunately, we are on the precipice of its passing very soon. But
you think so? Because I know they're having some issues with the buying and selling.
FFG is. I heard rumor that I don't know if it's a rumor or it's true that the servers are about to be shut down.
For their, I heard for their forums.
For the forums, yeah.
But I think it's because they were bought by someone else. Edge Gaming, something like that.
Might have been had Force Points. Yeah, that might sounds like something West End gamey.
But
End Games.
The good thing is, even if they decide to stop doing it, we still have the books. We still have things. So you don't have to stop playing.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, people still play.
Most of the books.
People still play first edition D&D. And when did that go out of print?
Well, what I'm saying is, like, there's going to be a lot more homebrew coming out in the next few years, and I'm kind of excited for it because, I don't know, maybe we'll finally see a career tree that, I don't know, does something that I haven't seen yet.
Is there? I forget if there's an image of a career tree in this. I think there is. Kind of. It's not great.
Wikipedia is pretty much as bridged as you can get, but that's the thing, Grey Wolf, is that a lot of information about Star Wars is, well, it's been changed. So we got EU, which is the old stuff from like the 90s, 80s, and 70s and stuff like that. And then you got the new Disney canon, which is ever-changing right now.
Kind of, because we're still learning, like, stuff's still happening.
Yes, exactly.
Please try to avoid spoilers for the Mandalorian guys in the chat, because I don't know if anyone's caught up or what like that. So, no spoilers. Sorry, continue.
And I'll do my best.
Just before they say it.
Not mention anything. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, Wikipedia is probably best. But I always say, if you're interested in learning about Star Wars, I always say, figure out what attracts you the most to Star Wars. Like, are you a Jedi person? Do you like the Sith? Do you like the criminal underworld? Hey, I mean, there's so much out there. For example, they brought back the Corporate Sector Authority. I love the Corporate Sector Authority. It's an interesting portion that we never ever got to see in any of the Star Wars movies or the shows.
Yeah.
Why is Yoda such a good gardener?
My guess is because he has a green thumb. There it is. Yep.
He has a green thumb.
Yeah, told you.
Great. Yep.
Told you. That's well, that's actually just a guess, but that's also my guess. That's not from Samuel.
Conlon.
Yes, he has a green thumb. There it is.
Me and Disney, we have a bit of a. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say, to each their own, and I respect you if you respect me, and bygones be bygones and all that.
That's putting it lightly.
Because we all love Star Wars. I mean, that's really why I'm here, to tell stories, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
For example, we talked a lot about Day Zero. We did it off camera. We talked about what we consider established canon for this universe and storytelling. There was confirmation of The Mandalorian. So that, as far as canon goes for our game, is established. And anything... we also set the game forward about 3 years, just so that we can give the TV series time to grow and build without us having to indicate too much. And maybe we'll get some things right, and maybe we'll get a lot of things wrong, but who knows? The point is to have fun.
You hear that, guys who didn't show up? The point is to have fun.
I mean, I once had a player, speaking of wild cards earlier, I had a player once join one of my games, the ZSN system. The dude took a grenade and shoved it into the deck plating of a space station everybody was in. And I said to players, would anyone like to do anything? No? No? Okay, here's your dice. He blew out half of the lighting in the space station, and the players from there had to kind of deal with the actions of what happened after that.
I've had that once where I was playing in D&D. I was playing was I a halfling? I was a halfling. and I was a halfling who was,
Noted D.
what?
Oh, preferred for me to call them D.
Oh,
So I'll call you D. Apologize.
but I was a halfling who was super kind of like a treasure hunter, but totally in it for the glory. So like his goal was to just be super popular and like he just wanted his name to go down in history. So we entered this tomb and there was like a sarcophagus or there was something, and then I went to grab it and I like no one stopped me. I just went and got it and it set off traps. And I'm like, look, it sucks, but that's exactly what he would do. Like, would the player have done that? No, I'm pretty sure there was a trap there and I was right. But he's like, ooh, shiny things? I'm taking this. I'm going to be rich and I'm going to be famous. It set off a huge trap. I think we almost died. We get to like the next room or 2 rooms down. There is a sarcophagus and I go, Milo starts running at that sarcophagus to open it. And Robin goes, does anyone want to stop him? Anybody? And no one's like, no, not really. Opened it up, giant mummy, all like 2 people died. It's like, guys, how do you not stop him? Like, you just saw what happened in the last room, and then he died. Milo died. Milo got punched by the mummy, and then like we did one more round, and then we realized that it actually dropped me. He had read it wrong, so we got to the next thing, and it actually not only does it kill me, or down me, I got turned into dust, so I couldn't even come back. It was just so like you see Milo just go down, and then suddenly start to get up, and then it's like literally like, does anyone want to stop him from opening the sarcophagus in the middle of a tomb? And everyone's like, no.
So
No one spoke up.
So to address D1's point one more time, the last time I made a comment about Disney was on Facebook, and then I had 8 people tell me that I was being what's the term? I should shut up. So I don't like to get into confrontations with other fans. So I tend to just kind of say, to each their own, and always like as a storyteller, Disney's done a lot of things to this point. Mandalorian, of course, included. That I would not do in my own storytelling.
I mean, I think they faltered in, like, whether you liked them or hated them, the sequels, the fact that they didn't have a story written, and so JJ wrote one thing, Ryan goes, no, I want this, and JJ goes, no, I want this. That's horrible. Like, when you're writing you know this is going to be a trilogy. It's different if you go in and you wrote something, you're like, ooh, I can make a sequel from this, and you don't know where you're going. But you know there were going to be 3 films. Write something out. Have a storyline. Have a follow-through. Like, it was just, it ended up being tug-of-war between 2 directors. And that, because the problem is, if you like Force Awakens, chances are you hated Last Jedi, or vice versa. There's rarely anyone who says, I loved all of them. And because they were pushing and pulling each other. And it's like, you can't do that with a trilogy. But I think, and I hope they've learned, and they see, especially with, like, I think Solo did better, and Rogue One was great, and then I love Solo. I think it's fantastic, but I know a lot of people didn't because they also didn't market it well. So, and then Mandalorian's doing fantastic, so I'm hoping they've learned and they don't do that again. And they're like, look, if we're going to make a movie, it's like, you've got to plan. There was like 0 planning because the problem was Force Awakens was too safe. It was literally A New Hope 2.0. I think. Well,
that can go back to the way Abrams writes.
I think it's 2 things. I definitely think it's that, but I think they were also scared with how the prequels were received.
Well, I think that was Solo suffered not only because of Last Jedi. Solo suffered because they had made a parody film, and Disney let them do what they did because they made so much money off of their previous project that when they found out it was a parody film, this is not what we wanted. We wanted action and adventure and all this other stuff that does well in accordance to an audience watching, and this is what they enjoy. And Solo went back to reshoots and came out with a bit of a messy story. There are 3 books by A.C. Crispin, which will tell Han Solo's life story from age 7 to the day he meets Luke Skywalker, which is Paradise Snare, Hutt's Gambit, and the Rebel Dawn. Those are my 3 favorite expanding universe books, because Han Solo used to be my favorite character. And like, did I expect Solo's story to encompass those 3 books? No. But I enjoyed Solo for what it was, which was a fun little action flick.
Yeah.
With a bit of rumble tumble, and had the underworld that I recognize and I adore. And had a cute little nugget at the end of the film, which gives us Star Wars fans a bit of information to create a universe.
And if people hadn't watched Clone Wars or anything, they'd be like, wait, what? But yeah, I think JJ played it too safe. Ryan played it too, I want to do things. And this is my own opinion. I know a lot of people Tristan it's his favorite Star Wars movie of all time is The Last Jedi. And I know he'll say, I don't like it because I don't understand it, which I think is malarkey, because just because I understand something doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it. I can understand it and not like it. But I think Ryan was way too, I'm going to do something different. But then, like, again, those 2 things, you cannot have your 7th movie play it safe while your 8th movie plays it fast and loose. And like, they're not going to mesh well. It's a trilogy. All 3 need to run together well. And they didn't. If they, like, I don't like Rian Johnson as a director. My only thing is, I only know him from Last Jedi. So that's what I'm basing that on. But I'm sure if he had directed all 3, that it at least would have, flowed together. Or if JJ would have. I think the problem is, because you look at, even the original trilogy, Lucas didn't direct all 3. But you can't tell. Like, there are people who don't even know that he didn't direct Empire and Jedi. But it flowed. And then there was so much of a tug of war and not planning. The lack of planning, I think, destroyed the sequels.
Like I said, you can, if you're doing a storyteller, you can tell people, like, I didn't do a lot of planning with my games, but that's because I listen to what my players tell me, and I build the universe that we play together off of their actions. Of course, I come to the table with a little something just to get things going, as it were.
Yeah.
But it's up to them to be like, well, I like this hook, I'll bite on this hook. Just throwing out a lot of bait. I know we're going full circle, but from like the Disney to role playing and back to this again, but that's what storytelling is about, just talking about the things we enjoy.
Yeah. Gray, if they're making a Mandalorian movie, is it going to be by D&D? I don't think they're making a Mandalorian movie. I think they're just, not that I've heard of, I'm pretty sure they're sticking with just the show. And I don't think they need a movie, because the show you have, like, we've already have let's round up, because I know that they're not all the same, but we have 16 hours worth of programming, where in one movie we'd get 2. So
I mean, Empire is like my favorite Star Wars film, hands down.
Yeah.
And that was mostly thanks to the person that was directing. His name escapes me because I have so much knowledge in my head that I have words falling out of my head. Yeah, no, I agree, Dave.
Irving Kirshner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it a lot.
I got you.
Oh man, I am apologize. Like, normally at this point in time, what I would do is I would call upon my players from my other games to be like, hey, I need a guest spot for a character player to come in and play out a character so that we can actually play a game. But this is literally episode 2, so there's no story room wise for guest stars.
Yeah, seriously. Where is this? There we go. Where's the pop-up chat? I want to know how much I need to rush to start the series because I haven't seen... You don't have to rush. They're so... Wait, Mandalorian? Or what are you talking about? What series? Star Wars as a whole?
What are you talking,
or...
You're talking about Star... Yeah, great.
Define series. But if you're talking Star Wars as a whole, I know Tristan loves Machete Order. I like chronological. I think it's a lot, especially for people who haven't seen it before. Machete Order is neat, but it's probably better to watch for non-new people because then you just get confused.
I've consumed so much Star Wars. Like I said, my brain is falling apart. Like, I don't know if any of you ever watched the Ewok adventure
years ago.
The battle for Endor, which melted my little 13-year-old mind. Because I liked the Ewok adventure, and then I was like, "Oh look, the battle for Endor! This is gonna be great!" And then my entire world was shattered in an instant.
MJ, real quick. MJ offered to fill a seat. The problem is we already have started, so and we're kind of on a remote planet, so it'd be weird to have a player randomly show up.
I mean, it's possible. I have the room, but like then we would need a character sheet and we'd be building. By the time we get done, it would be like, bam.
Yeah.
So it's all right if we just do a talk to everybody.
That's fine. Machete Order. So Machete Order is obviously this is before 7, 8, 9 came out, but it doesn't change. They're still in the same place. So obviously, you originally had 4, 5, and 6, and then years later you had 1, 2, and 3. So the problem is, if you watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're not as surprised when, oh my god, Darth Vader's Luke's father, because you see that. So there are some people who want that. So what they do is they watch, and let me make sure I got it, because I'm not a big fan of Machete Order. They watch A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, then they go back and watch 1, 2, and 3 as a flashback of Anakin's life. Then they watch Jedi. So the prequels become just a giant flashback in the middle of the trilogy. So, and I believe it's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. But that's essentially what it is. And I think that's just for like if you know the universe, maybe, but I feel like that's slightly confusing for someone who's never seen the movies before. So I wouldn't recommend Machete if you haven't seen it. I would either recommend literally how they came out. Like if you want to see how the world saw it, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. If you want to see it canonically, do it in numerical order.
Also, I would suggest the despecialized edition if you can track down a copy of 4, 5, and 6. If you literally want to see it the way we saw it when we were kids.
Laserdisc.
Yeah, well, Laserdisc, that's what the despecializations are, like a combination of the Laserdisc with the Blu-rays that came out. And they kind of like, they mix-matched them together so that everything could finally look the way it did back then. And
I would still say, I mean, if you really want continuity, I would still say canonical order. I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, that's just what I would do. Because then, again, you're not going back, and you might be a little less confused because you literally just watch them in order. But make sure you throw in Rogue One, definitely, because the end of Rogue One is literally minutes before A New Hope. So I would do 1, 2, 3, Solo, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes, Crystal, Han shot first. I just have no other cut.
I actually, obviously that's the only thing that kind of bothers me, but I really enjoyed, and I always have, the special editions. I don't know why. I always thought it was just I like their editions. I remember I saw those in theaters too when they came out. We went on field trips to see all of them. That was awesome. I don't know where my old VHS set is. It's somewhere. I had the golds. I think I had full screen. No, full screen was silver. Gold was letterbox, I think.
Yeah, well, I will say this: I have learned to reappreciate 1, 2, and 3. Even though I still remember the ripping I got episode 3 when we saw it in the movie theater, on the way back, my friends did not have a particularly good time.
Really?
Yeah, they kind of just kept ribbing me. They were like Mandalorian oranges, even though there was no Mandalorians in the movie. They were just, they're all the entire way home, which was like a good solid, because I was in Vermont at the time, so like good 40, 50 minutes. That's how close it was to a movie theater.
I didn't have a car at the time. So let me find out. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna put this on screen. I'm gonna find this. Hold on.
I don't know if Mike has a VHS player, but I do. I've been transferring VHS tapes.
I don't right now.
DVD. Backup corrupt copies of stuff. Like, I found out that when I was younger, about 88, 87, I recorded a bunch of Saturday morning cartoons with commercials to VHS tapes. Kind of like a little time capsule.
There you are. Here.
And if I'm interrupting you, Mike, you just slap me on the back of my hand, proverbially speaking.
No, please, it's fine. I'm trying to show. That's exactly what I did.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I guess I'll be talking for a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, VHS, man, you never know. Whoops, I almost went to a voice there.
Let's do...
which is another reason why I do role-playing games. Sometimes I will just, if I get too nervous, I will start talking like one of my characters, because I have this weird thing where I listen to something and then I start talking like it, kind of like oh God, what is it that echoes people? Like
a mimic?
Magpie, a mimic, yeah.
Oh, you're talking an animal, so like a cockatoo.
Yeah, like a parrot.
Or a parrot.
Yeah, so like a parrot
African gray.
Yeah, cockatoo or a parrot. Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of my weirdest tics.
Well, funny you say that. That's actually kind of a thing. There's been a study that says like most people when they watch something, they literally it's even subconscious. They kind of tend to act like that character for the next like hour or so in their brain. So like if you watch Solo, you're kind of going to be like, I'm Han Solo in your mind, and you might not even know you're doing it. So it's kind of a thing.
Could probably explain why I was so obsessed with Han Solo and New Hope and all that and Return of the Jedi when I was younger.
Could.
Like, hi. Name's Solo, Captain William Falcon. So,
I thought you were going to say the name Solo, Captain
Transport
Solo.
to Alderaan? Yeah, Captain Solo, yeah. Memory. Memory's a funny thing, isn't it, guys?
File, save as. I'm doing.
And when I say
this.
guys, I mean, oh man, digging myself a grave.
No, that's literally the whole everything. Okay, thank you. Images. No, where do I want to save this? Pictures. JPEG.
So it's
map of Star Wars walk. There, that's my JPEG. Boom, map of Star Wars walk. All right, now let's add this image. I wish this were a lot more simple. Okay.
I mean,
Browse.
I can take an image and put it onto the game table if you want to.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm almost there with this. Pictures. Map of Star Wars walk. Where did I put you? There we go. Boom. Okay. So I'm actually going to and then where's my? There it is. Transition. Okay. So
I appreciate it, Crystal.
It's going to change right now, but you're going to see the map. In the upper right corner, there's 4198 to 4110 North Lincoln Avenue. And then there's at the bottom middle is West Shore Plaza in Tampa. I didn't have a car, so in order to make the midnight showing of Star Wars Episode 3, I walked. So I walked almost 4 miles, 3.5 miles to go see Star Wars Episode 3 at midnight. And I'll never forget, there was a dude there who kind of had the Darth Vader helmet, but he wasn't wearing the mask, just the helmet part. And so it looked like he was just wearing like a World War I German helmet. It was weird to see like Darth Vader with just the top part. It was odd. So yeah, that's actually the exact walk I took down. Where am I? Right down Ohio Avenue. Well, actually, I probably went down Woodlawn, so a little bit more. I went down Woodlawn, down Himes, cut down Tampa Bay, walked Dale Mabry, walked down Boy Scout until West Shore, walked West Shore until I got to the plaza. And that was my, that's what I did to see Star Wars Episode 3. Remove image, yes. Transition. So that's how much I love those movies. Oh, no one's even looking. We're talking about echolocation. I know it's not. It's just funny because it reminds me of echolocation. It'd be cool if you guys had echolocation. That'd be amazing.
All right, so I'll use guys to include everybody from now on. Everybody is, I don't know. I'm trying my best to be respectful to others.
No, that's good. I've never seen anyone offended by when someone says, "Hey guys, what's up?" Like, as opposed, I feel like that's taken at. There wasn't a bus. Not at midnight. There wasn't. Tampa.
How about this? What's up, my Nemoidians? Aha.
Nemoidians. That's
What's
great.
up, my Nemoidians?
No, Tampa, the Heartline runs. Oh, crap. Let me roll this down. Heartline runs until only like 9, 10 at night. Tampa is a major city, but transportation-wise, it's kind of not. So, there we go.
Speaking of the voices, sometimes I'll just start talking, or I'm playing a video game, and then suddenly I'll be like this, and you remind me of a girl. Yeah, and Joker, but that's because I've listened to that movie I used to work 3 days a week doing data entry. And there's not much to do when you're doing data entry except listen to movies or podcasts.
I actually don't like that Batman series, the Nolan series. I don't know why.
That's okay. I just like R.I.P. Heath Ledger. It's the only thing I really like about that movie.
I don't know. No, there are some American cities that have pretty good transportation, but usually something like LA or New York, like the big cities. Tampa's like big.
The big cities are amazing. If you're like me, who lives in the middle of nowhere, transportation sucks. Yeah. Because there is no transportation from where I live. I am so sorry. That voice is a little creepy. The way he did it was creepy, and
it worked.
I did that in the car the first night we saw the movie, and my friends were like, "Never do that again." And of course, I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, also Chicago probably has a better one. If I read emails out loud, I'll read them in a voice. I can't do it. Like, I can probably do voices, but I'm so used to, literally reading as myself. That I just
really?
I do.
It's so easy. It's just like, oh man, zoinks! Oh, man, you just suddenly start talking like this, man, and the whole world is so much more nervous, rocking, and eat a Scooby snack, man. Zoinks.
See, but that was my job, was to read things, so I didn't do a voice. I live in the countryside and we have buses all the time, all day. Yeah, no, it's America. Why? We don't really work for the people. So, you know, they just proved that by, $600 is what we're getting? That's what rich people think we can live off of? Cool.
Also, the Shaggy character is a voice that will be coming into the game eventually.
Is it actually Shaggy? Or are he going to...
I use a different token, but it's probably my oldest token. Because I needed a voice for a character. I ran a solo adventure once for just one player, and I was like, "Oh man, I need a pirate. Would it be funny if?" And then I started talking like that. Why? Oh, it was funny because she convinced him to stop being a pirate, and now he's pretty much he's gone straight and narrow.
Oh, good.
Then I found out that I have a lot of other characters who are kind of like mirror universes of the crew. So I have my own version of Velma, my own version of Fred, Daphne. And
I can't believe he's been doing Fred this whole time.
It's shocking, I know.
Like he's still like, holy cow. I almost said Fred Tatasciore. Oh damn it! Now I have Fred Tatasciore stuck in my head.
I just hope that everybody understands that when I do an impression of like British or something, that's supposed to be Coruscant, which is supposed to be, I guess, not insulting comedic, but an impression of an impression.
Frank Welker. Yep, got it. Ooh, I'm like, I was trying to get the name before I hit enter. Got it. Frank Welker. Thank you. Me. Sorry, continue. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no. Question, is Matthew Lillard vegetarian or is he just following the character? I don't know about Matthew Lillard.
I think he
possibly.
Is. I think I heard that. Hold on. The power of the internet.
Which is funny, actually, everybody. I gave my version of Shaggy a animal companion who's a porg. And that's probably as far as I'll go acknowledging those 3 Disney films. And the porg's name is Scabby, and he comes with a pre-rolled despair.
That's it. So apparently Casey Kasem was vegetarian. So, okay, long story short, from all the series up until What's New Scooby-Doo, Shaggy ate meat, but beginning with What's New, Shaggy was a vegetarian. However, after Kasem retired and it was handed over to Matthew Lillard, he turned Shaggy's character into a meat eater again. So it was Casey Kasem who I think was vegetarian. Rest in peace, Casey.
Oh man, that history, man. So much history, zoiks.
Don't worry, English accents need to be mocked.
Well, there's so many variations of English. Like you have posh, and then you have
Cockney.
Your Cockney, which is, where's my bloody tort? It's all deep and guttural like this. I'm a famous actor, and I'm here to kick your bloody arse. And then of course you have, oh my, I do say this is rather troubling. You coming in here, smashing everything and shooting your gun like some sort of American.
Well, and then you even have, I know they're obviously not British, but they're all very, very, in the grand scheme of things, Irish, Scottish, and Welsh are all, and British are all very close compared to, obviously, other languages. They're all, that whole area, because they're all around each other. So you literally can lump in, like, that entire area, which is cool. And there's so many. I just started an Irish accent, and it's, for me doing like voices, I always have like a key phrase I keep in the back of my head, but sometimes I actually have to say it out loud. To do Inspector Gadget, aka Don Adams, I need to
say I need to say one line over and over again just to get into that voice. But once I say it, I'm like on track.
I know it's dangerous, but if you think about it, they're all very similar. They're not. I'm not saying they're the same, but I'm saying okay, you put Scottish and English next to German or French, they're similar. Same thing with like American. We all speak. You're gonna have especially to a foreigner, it might be hard for them to hear a difference between maybe New York and Chicago, for instance, or Boston. All three of those. But you tell a Bostonian that you sound like a New Yorker and you're going to get probably socked in the mouth. But it's true. Like, it's, there's, in the grand scheme of things, Irish, Welsh, Scottish, and British they're like sister languages. Or accents, I should say. It's all English. But
the point being is I'm putting on a what's that word? I'm putting on a character, and I just hope people understand that. Yeah.
Look at Australian. How many Australians get asked, "Oh my God, are you British?" Like, look at that. Or Kiwis. How many times do they get asked, "Are you British or are you Australian?" They're very similar. Doesn't mean they're the same.
I also
Gaelic,
do voices. I know I keep bringing up voices, but I found out there are some voices that are just too low for my players to hear. Like, I can do a Marlon Brando young and old. That is a voice that is too low. I tried to do Andor from Rogue One. That voice apparently is too low for people to hear.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Terry, I'm not talking about the languages themselves. I'm talking about the accent. Obviously, Welsh and Gaelic don't sound the same when spoken. Although maybe to some people. I'm talking about accents. And they do. I had a guy come in at Enterprise, and I'm like, "Oh, I love your accent. New Zealand." He goes, "Oh my God, thank you. Everyone says Australian." I'm like, "Yeah, I got you." Like, he was so relieved and happy.
That's interesting. I could never really... I've never been that good at picking out accents.
I love accents. I think they're really fun. I like trying to mimic them. I think it's just really cool that we could literally all say the same thing, but differently. I think...
No, I mean,
dialect
is...
Oh, I love it.
Always been fascinating to me.
Like, I can't, like... I'm glad we all sound like, some people get like make fun of accents and everything like that, but I'm glad we do. I'm glad we have different ways of saying things and everything. Like
apparently, I listen to anime with subtitles on. I like to listen to hear the actual Japanese dialogue, and I learned many years ago. Apparently, even they have variations, of a southern dialect or so on and so forth, and that fascinates me.
Yeah.
Language in itself fascinates me. Like I said, I'm still majorly behind the curve.
Yeah, you're fine.
But that's what's great about role playing. It kind of takes all of my negative aspects and turns them into positives, and then kind of forces me out of my shell.
And I think, I guess personally, I think there's a difference between mocking an accent and like kind of honoring one and doing one. You're like, I want my character to be British, I'm going to do it. I'm not doing it to be like, look at me, I'm making fun of this accent. There's a total difference between, the intent of something. And, if you're doing it out of love or doing it out of hate. And I think most people would be able to tell. Obviously, I think some things are a little off limits on certain things just because, but, for the most part, most people can tell if it's love or mocking.
As I said, I couldn't hear, but I could read. So that's why I can read a novel in a week that most people struggle 3 or 4 months on. So that's why subtitles are no problem for me. But if you can only watch anime dubbed, I'm fine with that. But me, I love subtitles.
I have ADHD, so I also get distracted with the subtitles.
I respect you.
I end up looking down. Yeah, I end up looking down and I stop looking up. I'm like, damn it, I missed what happened. Because I start focusing down and I forget to look up.
No, I respect people who if they don't like subtitles, they don't like subtitles.
And I can't believe that's a war, subs versus dubs. Just enjoy the content.
Yeah, can't we love
the same way
together? Yeah,
wouldn't you rather have someone enjoying the content than not? Oh, you didn't do it my way, so you can't do it. What do you like to read it? I like to hear it. So why we're both taking in the same thing? So who cares?
So I do the same thing. I put when I'm on Netflix or or Amazon Prime or something, I'll put the subtitles on. Because I gotta admit, like sometimes I have a problem hearing words. I'll mishear words, which can be very embarrassing. Someone will say a sentence, and I'll say, "Wait, what?" And they'll repeat themselves, and it's completely.
Oh, that happens to everyone too.
Yeah, but for me, it's very embarrassing because I'll mock them back, and then they'll be like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "No, nothing, no worries."
Oh man, I could not watch anything with you guys. If everyone's putting subtitles on, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to watch. I struggled when we watched Mulan. My girlfriend's dad kept the subtitles on. I'm like, no, like I can't. But I did. I didn't say anything.
What, Mike? Let me just play the world's tiniest violin for you.
Please
Joking,
do.
Of course.
Please do.
All right, there we go. It's so tiny that makes no sense.
First world problems. No, it's just like, damn it. Because I knew it was going to happen. I'm like, I'm going to end up reading this movie instead of watching it. But, I mean, sometimes you have to. There's, like on HBO Max, I've been watching a lot of Godzilla, and some of them don't have dubs. Some just don't. So, if I want to watch it, I've got to read. So...
I've been watching the old backlog of MS3 Science Theater 3000, and
nice.
I just hit the batch. I think season 2, season 3,
okay,
where they started doing Godzilla movies,
Gamera,
and Gamera, and Gamera's my favorite because I love turtles. I love turtles. And it's kind of crazy watching it like dubbed poorly, but one of my favorite moments in one of the movies, I think it was Godzilla versus Sea Monster, they're like, so what was the name of this title again? God something versus the what? And in other words, there was not a lot of Godzilla.
That's there is a lot of the problem. Here's the thing, you get a lot of people that complain about the lack of Godzilla in Godzilla movies. But there has to be a human story. Otherwise, you're just watching an hour.
No, I agree 100%.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just telling them for some people. Because it's like 14 got a lot of crap for that. But it's because, like, I mean, you can only watch monsters destroy something for so long. You need to have some sort of meat to the story. And so they put in the human story. And there were people who complained about 14 barely showing Godzilla. But then you go back and watch them and... there's a lot where he's kind of barely in it. And that's just how it is. That's how Godzilla movies are. The human story's there. And it's kind of a 2-for-1. They're both happening at the same time. I love it, though. I love all the Godzilla movies. I am... what am I at right now? I'm keeping track to make sure I've watched them all.
So I guess to bring things back to the home, anybody have any questions about the system?
Hold on, the Godzilla movies.
Or I guess we could keep talking about Godzilla movies.
Hell yeah! No, it's fine. My next Star Wars character is Godzilla. So just to let you know.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for that to pop up in the chat.
We went from Star Wars to Godzilla because we were talking about subtitles.
Yes, we're talking about subtitles because I am very sporadic.
I've seen almost.
And then I tried to sequester. I tried to bring us back to topic.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, me hurting cats. Oh my god. Story of my life.
I've seen.
And I'm not doing so well, am I, everybody?
I've seen every Godzilla in the Showa era except for All Monsters Attack. Recently, I haven't seen any of the Heisei era, except I probably did when I was a kid. I literally don't remember which ones I've seen because they kind of all run together. Millennium era, I've seen 98 Godzilla and GMK and Final Wars. And then I've seen every single one that's out from the Reiwa era, except for, obviously, Godzilla vs. Kong. That hasn't come out yet. So,
any tips from Star Wars to make children sleep? Well, I will say Empire Strikes Back can be rather soothing towards the end.
Oh, I thought you meant carbon. Freeze them in carbonite. That's okay. I can answer that one. Does Godzilla actually mean something in Japanese, or is it a name? Okay, so in the movies themselves, it's a name. The creature is called Gojira, or for us, Godzilla. Gojira is actually is it portmanteau? Is that the word? It's literally the Japanese word for whale and gorilla combined. So that's where they got that name.
Interesting.
So fun fact, there is in the 2014, you see kind of a boat, and in the background it's like the whale tours or something like that. And it's kind of it's a nod to his name in English-ish, kind of. So
to bring the games back, I need to bring everything back. I did run a Star Wars game recently, where I threw a cybernetic rancor at my players, and they threw back at me a giant porg, and we had a bit of a kaiju battle in the middle of Tatooine. It was pretty funny. Did I want that to happen? No, but the dice allowed to happen? Yes.
I was right. It is a portmanteau. Yes! Go English. Sorry, continue with your rancor.
No, that was it. That was it. It was just a lot of porg biting rancor, players helping rancor. No, sorry, hurting rancor to get the porg.
How many rancor were there?
There was just one giant cybernetic rancor.
When you said hurting, I imagined, I'm like, oh my goodness.
No. They were like throwing speeders at it
to make one go a certain way. I thought you meant there was like a herd of them. I'm like, can you have a herd of rancor? Hang on.
Yeah, actually, yes, you
can. Is it herd though? I'm saying is the word. What is the name of a group of rancors?
What is the plural? I think I would imagine it's rancors.
Well, yes, but I want a group. Like you could say crow and crows, but a group is called a murder.
I imagine a herd, but I don't know if there is a word for it.
Not what I wanted. Rancors.
Giant porg, yeah. We established in one of the previous sessions there was a porg. In my canon, we've also learned that the porgs are very efficient, like the gremlins in Gremlins 2, that if they ingest anything, they'll probably have a high resilience against it, but then it will chemically change them. So this porg ingested some Sith alchemy, and it became a giant porg and tried to eat one of the players. And then Triumph happened, and we were like, all right, well, some of that was left over in his stomach. He coughed up a second bottle of it that he'd put into his stomach and gulped it down, and then became giants. Because you know what? Why not? Let's have a giant porg face a cybernetic rancor and see what happens.
Oh my goodness. Malakili served as the caretaker to Jabba's menagerie and loved his pet rancor. In Aftermath Life Debt, we learn the name of Malakili's creature, Patissa. So that's the rancor that died. Feeling purposeless after her loss, he almost fed himself to the Sarlacc. That's the guy that cries.
What a way to go.
To feed yourself to it. Damn.
Porgs first came into being Last Jedi because there was some filming problems. Because what is the type of creature? Was it?
Sorry, which one? I was reading about rancors.
Last Jedi, porgs. They had to replace it's not a penguin. It's not.
They had to replace. I almost said kiwis, not kiwis. Puffins.
Puffins, thank you. So they came up with the porg,
which is so. I will still never get that. How is it more? Like, how is it less expensive to physically replace everything than digitally remove? I've never understood that excuse.
I think that they were just trying to find a new marketing tool. But I will say this:
I do too.
The porg is a gift that has never stopped giving. I mean, the first time I saw one, a player rolled a despair, and it was near a crate of animals, and I was like, the crate falls open, and we see a lone porg come out, stares at you up and down as a Devorian. And he's like, okay, so what? And then I'm like, then 8 more porgs come running out, charging at your face. And he's like, oh no, help me! Oh my god!
I got you.
Pretty
Hang
funny.
on. Where is this? There we go. There we go. There's some porg noises. Oh, and just because
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the porg noise. All right, we're gonna play. I mean, oh god, I wish we had no latency. How many people are in here? 14. We're gonna play Name That Star Wars Sound because why the hell not?
Oh well, all right. If that's what you want to play.
Right now, we're going to. I have a few sound effects.
It's a trap. Roger, Roger.
Anyway.
So first was Admiral Akbar, second was a B1 unit.
That's true. Are you gonna steal it from the fans?
Yeah, you're right. I should shut.
If they don't know, I'll let you go.
All right.
But I feel like you and I would know, and
Guys.
it's not fair. All right, I'm gonna randomly pick one. We're gonna start off easy. You guys ready to play? As I wait 15 seconds for them to reply. It's like the worst long distance phone call of all time. Guys, I'm just going to assume you said yes. So, we're going to start off real simple. Okay? And some of these are simple. I only have like 30. Oh, this is where I wish there was some latency or lack of. Ignore that one. Spotify Wrapped is out. Spotify Wrapped is...
Here we go. There's a late. There we go. Everybody said yes. Let's go.
Holy hell. That is like 30 seconds. All right. Let's see how long it takes them to say... Yeah, that's what I just said, Eric. I don't get how that works, though. I don't get how you... No, I heard that it was financially easier to turn them into porgs than it was to erase them. That makes no sense. Darth Vader. Good job. We're going to keep going easy. Okay, Shawn, what was it?
It's fine.
Could you get it? Come on, Shawn. Let's go. What's your guess, buddy?
Darth Vader's breathing, but anyway.
Are you sure?
I hope so. Otherwise, I need my asthma inhaler.
All right. Let's. What's up, Austin? We're playing some Star Wars. Oh, this sucks with such a delay. All right. We're gonna keep on easy for a little bit.
Which is why I was like, oh, let's go ahead.
Yeah, I was just letting you know, Eric, that we did actually mention that about the porgs. I could probably pair it with this other one. That doesn't count. Candice Patel sent you a friend request. R2, that is correct. Alright,
Wild night, no players, but
Nope.
The cat house is open.
Shawn, I got one for you, buddy. Well, like,
oh man,
you'll know it, but it's for you. You're welcome.
That's my favorite.
R2 again. That's correct. You know what screws me up? When I see people abbreviate Red Dead Redemption 2, my brain changes it to R2D2 right away. Because it's RDR2. Whoop. Wrong button. Hey! Jawa is correct.
We got somebody.
All right, let's do this. Ooh, okay. I might go a little... We're going to keep easy, because there is one I don't know if you guys will get. These all blur together, so... So those are actually 3 sound effects, but they're so similar, why not play them together? It's great waiting.
Isn't it?
It's so great. BB-8, correct.
I do. Yeah, I was about to.
I'm going to do a hard one.
Little beach droid.
I like BB-8, but you know, again,
He's a little beach ball droid.
well,
You know,
like I told Robin, one of my biggest issues with the sequels is you were given stuff to play with, and they went, "No, we want our own stuff." So it's like, hey, what about R2-D2? No, we're making BB-8, even though it looks just like him, but a ball. Like, what? Why?
Like I said, I have a lot of problems with the functionality. Like the blasters look like giant cardboard boxes strung together. But
yeah,
hey, whatever. To each their own, right?
yeah, it's true. All right. We're still going easy. Eventually, these will be kind of... Oh, one of my favorite sound effects is coming up that I'm going to play. I can do it, too. Dr. Samuel, it is not a Yoda hiccup. Sorry, buddy. No one's... Oh, we already guessed. No one's guessing that again. We'll do it again. There we go. Thanks, Nick. All right. Next is one of my personal favorites. Shawn, do you know
that was a trick question. A stormtrooper would miss the fact that one of his fellow troopers farted.
That's true.
Ha, 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 ha.
I like to imagine they're guessing TIE Fighter for this one. This, I feel like this one's not as
I want to
easy.
play it again for the people in the back.
That's true. I feel like this one could throw some people off, but probably not everyone.
I know what it is.
See, I don't think... Yeah. Nick is right. You spelled it wrong, though, buddy. Gray, you also spelled it wrong.
And I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
All right. There is... Guys, it's T-A-U-N, T-A-U-N. Just letting you know. We're running out of things... Okay, fine. Do you know what that one is? The Space Camel. They don't really have humps. You want to say Leia in that weird helmet? Leia as Boosh? No.
Boosh.
That was not Boosh.
Space Camel.
I could hear...
that's adorable.
I could hear how that sounds kind of like Boosh if you don't know it's a Tauntaun. Okay. Well, Nick is just going to get them all. Because he guessed. Did you know what this one was? Shawn, did you know what that one was?
What's play it again? Barely picks it up.
Oh, it's the Rancor.
We were talking about Rancors earlier.
We're running... There's only two more that aren't just super obvious. Like, you know... Like, those are friggin' obvious. They have those weird mouths, though. Tauntauns or Rancors? No, it's fine, Nick. It's fine. There are a few that might... Oh, like this one. Like, I don't want to do this one. Like, everyone knows what that is. Ooh.
I do love how we've slowly degraded.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. When 3 people didn't show up. Is that Chewy? Kinda.
Let's go to the judges. Judges say, ooh, so close.
Alright, there is 2 that I want to see. One is kind of rude. Alright, bye, D. Alright, ready? This one. Let's see if you guys get this.
Okay. Well,
there it is. I'll play this one again.
thanks for having your nephew listening.
See, Blaster Battle. No, it's not. One more time. Yes, it's Baby Yoda. Don't burn the place down. Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to light everything on fire.
I was about to say, I do have cards against... never mind.
Yep, Nick is correct again. He is the Death Star Super Laser. Cool. All right. There's one that I think is going to test people. Not that one, though. Maybe I should only play them once. Maybe the more I play them, it gets easier. Actually, I think it's going to be pretty noticeable. Come on, Nick. I know you know this one. It's the delay that's really killing me here. Sort of, but can you be more specific, Eric? And I am afraid with the delay, someone will get it before you. Because you won't hear me tell you to be more specific. There we go. Yep, see? Alright, here's the one that I'm not sure. Well, we have a couple of these. I'm curious. Let's see. I'll know what this is, obviously. There you go, Eric. I'll give that to you too. Alright, ready? Now, do you know what that one is, Shawn?
I'll play one more time.
Don't guess it out loud, but I want to see, you can say yes or no.
So it's short, it just cuts off real quick.
Oh, really? Let me put it closer to the microphone. I just don't want to blow out speakers or anything. Hold on.
I think I know.
You think you know?
I think I know what that is.
Okay.
But
type it to me in Discord. I'll tell you if you're right. Type it to me in Discord.
Okay. All right.
That way we can. Oh, you don't say it out loud, and they won't claim that you're just. Oh, he stole our answers. That one I think might be the most difficult on. No, it's actually not. It's not that.
Really?
Really.
All right. Wow. It's so close, though.
Nick, you're in. I knew you guys would have a problem with this one. No. And no, they're not. I almost said AT-ATs. They're not. I have AT-AT stuck in my head now. Droidicas. They're not Droidicas. Very close. I could.
Tell that to Kanja Club.
Roger, Roger.
I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault.
That'd be a great ringtone. Wait,
Blip, blappity, bloop.
yeah, right.
He doesn't like you. I don't like you either.
It's not ATST. I knew this one would throw. I saved this one for last.
Are you talking about that last line that I know the answer to?
No, this one. I'll do it one more time.
Oh, right, that. Okay.
That's a good guess, though. Your guess on there is really good. I can see it. I can totally see it.
Now I'm racking my brain, and it's probably something from the prequels. I just know it.
I don't know how to say if it is or isn't. Jar Jar's races Gungan weapons? No.
I'm just going to take a guess.
All right. No, it's not.
Well, then please, one more vehicle.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna type something to you.
No worries. Oh, bother. All right.
Nick, incorrect.
I'm stumped.
And wait, hold on. FYI, if it's from The Last Jedi, it's CRAIT for crate.
All right, so I don't know, I'm gonna change the screen to something else.
Okay.
I don't know.
Something exciting.
I'll try and make it exciting. Maybe I'll build a map or something while everybody's talking.
Well, we can go in a little bit. It's almost 9 o'clock. We can wrap this up afterwards, so you don't have to worry about changing anything.
All right. Well, I can put up. I don't know. I'll put up something. Maybe I'll build
I lost the chat. Found the chat.
For giggles.
I'm racking my brain to even think that the speeders from Crate have weapons. Didn't they just have to, like, fly right at them? Last Jedi's my least favorite one, so I'm trying to remember. I could play it one more time, and then I'll tell you guys. I'll let you guys get, like, one more guess each, because, again, there's a delay. So... See, there's a lot of stuff in here that's so easy to do. Like... There we go.
Yep, yep.
There we go. Just because people have been guessing him all night. Yeah, a lot of these are here. Let's see. No one's guessing. Guys, are we done guessing? Was that everyone's last guess?
Oh, there's that lag.
There is the lag. I just don't know if they've stopped guessing. Oopsie. I'm just waiting for someone to say they give up, so I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But I'll give it like one more minute, and if someone hasn't said anything in a minute, I'll do it. We'll play some quotes.
I will. I try to change the background to something like just thank you for everybody for coming.
It is, Nick. It is.
Well, you want the bad news or the really bad news?
I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault.
Deflecting a blaster off a saber? No. Fun fact, there wasn't a lightsaber in that movie. Again, Eric, not the droidicas. So, you said you think it's from the prequels, and I'm going to say technically.
I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge.
I wonder if I'm going to get... Ooh, that's actually a good one. I'm going to make these together. Listen.
I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge.
Great kid! Don't get cocky!
It is actually... Who here's... Okay, do you want to take one more guess, Shawn? I think everyone's given up. I'll let you do one more. If you can do this one out loud.
What's the noise?
I think it's the same one. No one's guessed. One more time. I knew this one would be the one to stump people. I left it for last. It's from the Clone Wars. Also wrong.
It's okay. So, all right. Oh, gosh. It sounds so familiar though, and that's just driving me insane.
You're right. It's not from the Clone Wars. I told you there's not a lightsaber in this movie.
There's no lightsaber in the movie, so that moves it.
Well, okay, so yes, there is. There is, but not until the very end. It doesn't play an important part, like, at all. Not in the movie itself. Especially if you break up the movie like some people.
Solo Story?
No.
Okay.
Because again, keep in mind, we see Mauls ever so slightly. What's the other movie without kind of a lightsaber? Oh, I'm so sad this movie's not getting any love. It just had its like 4-year anniversary recently. There you go, Nick. It is from Rogue One. So I say kind of because a lot of people say that Rogue One ends when Explodey, and that episode 4 technically begins at the end of that movie. So
That's where I'm in. That's why it's familiar, because I was
that's why
rewatching
when you
Rogue One
ask,
recently.
is it a prequel? I'm like, technically. So it's technically from the prequels. It is. There you go, Nick. It's Baze's blaster. It's Baze's heavy blaster.
I feel like a doofus now.
I knew no one would get that. That took a lot of hints on my part. Baze. His name is Baze. Cheerwit and Baze. The Guardians of the Wills. That's such a great movie. Oh, God. I love Star Wars. Well, Eric, you should remember every sound effect ever. That's on you. Alright, guys. We're probably going to wrap this up. Thanks for joining us for this amazing game we played.
Oh, yeah. It's no problem.
I like the part where I almost died. It was harrowing.
Oh, yeah, and oh, man, all the descriptions. Oh, so amazing.
Your storytelling rivals no one.
Oh, God. Yes, literally no one. Emphasis on no one.
So
you gotta laugh about these things or you start crying.
Maybe I'll figure out with the group. Maybe because we missed this week, maybe we'll do next week. We'll talk it out.
I will have a stern talking to with the players. I will schedule for next week. I don't know. Maybe I'll be like, no XP for you, lol.
I'll take all their XP
anyway.
I'll take all their
anyway.
XP.
I'll figure it out. I always do.
Hey, it gave me time to figure out some of these settings, and like I said, I might do something tomorrow if someone wants to jump on and help me figure these settings out while I kind of just tweak. Because I like what I have going here, but I think it could look better.
Maybe one of these days I don't know. I'll set up one of my modules and we'll grab players from. I'm just throwing ideas out there. You, Michael, you can shoot them down or yes or no or whatever.
One more time. What was your idea?
I don't know. We could grab players from people from the chat or
I'd love to do. If people love this, if everyone's okay, I'd love to do just a random like one shot or whatever. If they want to play like a random NPC that comes in on our thing or whatever. If the other players are cool with that, I'd love to have that. I could make like guest character sheets and then just include a random person. Sure.
From the chats, and then you can be wild card all you want, and then we can just be like, remember that time that person came in and totally screwed everything up? Yeah, I remember that. Good times.
Yeah. So all right, guys.
That would be the transponder signal. That's, of course, I'm guessing they didn't.
Oh, I'm seeing the question now. Oh, he didn't say question. He said questing. So we have a quest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to assume they just kind of knew where it was going, and I'll look into that. I just watched Rogue One last week again. But does the Tantive 4 jump into hyperspace at the end? Or does it just go and they follow? I cannot remember if it jumps into hyperspace.
It just goes and they follow it. I think
so too.
It's another thing I'm gonna have to rewatch.
So I will I'll pick out everyone's what the hell am I trying to say? I will not judge. I'll test everyone's. I hate myself because I know what I'm trying to say and I can't get the words out. When you're testing people's interest, there's a thing. There's a thing you do. I'm gonna test people's. I'm gonna test the waters on people's interest on wanting to possibly join as a random NPC every now and again. Maybe we can have like one a week, or well, not every week, but we probably don't want like 8 random NPCs in the game because that's a lot of people talking. But I'll throw it out there in our Okay Thank You Discord.
Maybe like a 1 or 2, and I will do a solid and make a bunch of characters, or I'll pull a character or 2 from my modules.
But I do want to talk. I do want to talk to the other players first, make sure they're cool with that. I'm sure they would be. So I will ask them before jumping on. So I'll check with the other players first. And then if that's something, I will throw it in the gauge interest is what I'm talking about. I will gauge the interest of the fans. So I'll ask the players first, see if that's something they want to do. If they're cool with that, then I'll throw something into our Discord and tag everyone. And if you guys are interested in possibly having a guest NPC spot, by all means. Yeah.
It's just an idea. I threw it out there.
Sure.
There's no commitment to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you gotta talk to the players.
Exactly.
But,
well,
it's just an idea. It's in case we get 2 players, and then we can just run something.
That's true. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we may see you next week. We may see you in 2 weeks. Who knows? I will keep everyone informed on everything, as I always do, on our Discord. Be sure to check out our social medias, all on the screen there. Those are all either Instagrams or Twitters. I know there's 2 Instagram, 2 Twitters. And other than that, as far as Robin, Tristan, and I, our social media link should be in the description below. I think Robin added his permanently. Maybe it was just on that one video. But his is usually always at A Rainy Day Robin. So thank you guys for joining us, and I'll see you in the Discord, and love you guys, and good night, and may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
This is
always.
Now it's going to be a delay while I find the end to this. All right, bye guys. Nope, I missed the button. Bye.